Imagine going to a place where every moment is dedicated to spiritual growth and connection. I've spent a lot of days immersing myself into the rhythms of Heaven's Gate Prayer Mountain every time I go there. So stay around as I share with you my honest, unedited, and exaggerated reality of a day lived at this remarkable spiritual community. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, karibu sana. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. If you have been here and you have never subscribed, please make sure you do, because I'm about to give you a series of Heaven's Gate Prayer Mountain. I know I've done these videos before, and so many people are asking so many questions that I felt the urge to do this video once more. So I'm going to be sharing with you a day lived at Heaven's Gate Prayer Mountain from the time you get there up to the time you go out of that place. I know you would go for one day, but I'm going to give you a series of how of what you expect when you get there, from your home up to that place, all the time you're going to stay there, and up to the time you're going to back home. So number one, if you're coming from Nairobi, you're going to connect with me much because I stay at Nairobi and I board matatus from Nairobi. So from Nairobi, if you're coming from anywhere around Nairobi, Thika, and you're going to pass through Nairobi, there is this stage at Odeon, the Prestige stage. It is just near Odeon. I think Taveterin or around there. If you go to Odeon, you're going to see Prestige, or you can ask anybody. It is just walking distance from Odeon. So when you board those matatus, and even when you're coming from any other part of the country and you're going through Nakuru, there are still Prestige buses that are going to take you up to Heaven's Gate, not River at the highway. I know there are so many cars that River at the highway, but if you use Prestige and another shuttle, I think 2NK. Last time I went with, I think 2NK, and they actually take you there. It is 2NK or not 2NK. I don't know. Yeah, I think 2NK. They are at Tea Room. That train at Tea Room. They actually write there on their banners that Heaven's Gate direct or Heaven's Gate. They're going to take you up to Heaven's Gate. So those cars are going to take you up to Heaven's Gate. You just need to tell them that you're going to be dropped them. If you are if you are more than one, it is even better. But if you are around, they will still take you there if you request them. So last time I went with them and they took me up to the gate. So when you are coming from Nairobi, you are going to use Prestige or 2NK, and they're going to take you there. So what happens immediately you get there? Number one, there is a change in the spiritual realm. You feel so much comfortable around that place. You feel that the atmosphere have changed. If you are there and you fear fasting because you don't know whether you're going to make it, or you don't know whether you're going to survive, trust me, it's going to be very easy for you once you go there. The minute you get there, the urge to eat, it ends at the gate. Or rather, when you just get into that atmosphere, it is so comfortable and it is so, I don't know what to explain until you get there. You can feel it for yourself. But trust me, if you have not fasted before, you can even go for 1 or 2 days. There's no maximum or minimum days you can go there. I think I've had somebody who said they're up to 21 days. I've not had anybody who went past 21 days. But what I know, if you are fasting for the first time, you can actually go there today, sleep there, spend the whole day tomorrow, and go back home the following day, the day after tomorrow. That is going to be a very good start for you. But trust me, you must carry some extra clothes because you might not want to go home after staying there even for that one day. Every time I go there, this is, I have gone there for 6 times, and it have never been easy for me to go back home. Every time I go there, I feel like I need to go to stay for much more time, and they actually accept that as long as you're going to let them know before 10 a.m. so that they can allocate you another room, because after the days that you had noted in the computer that you're supposed to be there, they're going to give that room to somebody else. But if you tell them before, you can actually extend. You just earn some more money, and they're going to give you the same room or a different room of your choice. So you can be staying in an expensive room and you feel like you want to go on and you're on a tight budget, they're going to give you a cheaper room. There are rooms from 1,000 up to from 250 up to 1,000. Okay, so number one, when you get there, the first thing that you go through is the check-in. The check-in is actually outside the compound of the Heaven's Gate Prayer Mountain. Immediately you are dropped by your vehicle or where you park first. If you are going with your own means of transport, if you have your personal cars, the first place you stop at is the check-in. There they are going to check in for number one, food. You're not supposed to carry any food stuff apart from the condiments like sugar, honey, drinking chocolate or coffee. Those are the only four things you can carry up to that mountain, or water. And most of the time, they don't allow water from outside because you might have added something. In case you come with any food stuff, it is going to be corrected at the gate. And I have seen so many people come there with food. I think they are first timers, because if you go there for more than one time, you're going to know that um, you're not supposed to carry food stuff as you go there. In case you bought something as you were coming on the way, maybe you came from far and you were eating something on the way. If it is not finished by the time you get there, it is going to be corrected, and I think they give it to the society around there. If you come with maybe things like maize and potatoes, maybe you're coming from the countryside and you're going to Nairobi or back to your home, I think they can serve it until the time you come back. But if it is something that cannot be reserved, they're going to give it out. I think that is my thought. I don't know, please don't quote me. The second thing they are going to check once you get there is your dress code. Remember, this is a place that people are going for prayers, and you're not supposed to go there with anything that shows your skin, too much of your skin. And not only your skin, even if you're wearing something long like a dero or a dress, but it is see-me-through, they're going to request you to put on a reso. And in case you don't have a reso, I don't know what would happen, but I don't think you can go to a place like that without either a reso or a Masai shuka. And if something shows your cleavage, they're going to ask you to cover yourself, maybe with a pullover or something of sort. If you're going there with a trouser, they're going to ask you to put on a reso or change into something presentable. Maybe you are traveling with a trouser, because I know it is hectic to travel with a dress, especially a long dress, because long dresses are what you're supposed to wear when you're there. Maybe you're going to change it at that point, and after that you go in after all the check-in, and they have seen that you don't have anything that is not supposed to go in there. If you have a car, they are going to show you where you're going to park, and they're going to give you a card that you're going to give out once you're going out. So don't worry about your car. If you are supposed to go with a car, there's a lot of parking, ample parking, and a lot of security, so nobody is going to scratch your car or anything or steal anything, so you can feel comfortable to go there with your car. After the check-in, the second thing you do immediately, you get now to the compound of the Heaven's Gate. Now the inside the compound is you go for orientation. You are going to be directed by the security at the gate where the orientation happens. It is a room that has a TV, and you're going to see the introduction video. I don't know whether one day I'm going to get this introduction video and put it on my account, or it is not supposed to happen. So for now, you can just wait until you go there. You're going to be told all the rules and regulations of that mountain. One day I'm going to do another video about the rules and regulations, and I'm going to make sure that I have told you everything that you're supposed to do there, everything you're not supposed to do there, so that you can be prepared. If you can't follow the rules of that mountain, you would rather not go, because obedience is better than sacrifice. So another thing that you're not supposed to go in without letting them know is the medicine. If you are sick, or maybe you're taking some medicine, you're supposed to tell them so that they can know how they are going to guide you on it. I've never gone there with medicine, so I might not tell you much about medicine. Another thing is about pregnant mothers and nursing mothers. If you are pregnant, they're also going to ask you to tell them so that they can guide you. The maximum days you can stay there if you are breastfeeding or you are pregnant is 3 days, and after 3 days, I think they're going to tell you to go out and then come back. If you go there with your child, maybe less than 9 years, they're also going to give you some special treatment. I think they give people milk. Yeah, I think they give people milk if you go there with a child. We're going to talk about that when you get there. So another thing, after the orientation, now you go to reception where you're going to check in. Registration is done at the reception, so that is where you're supposed to go with your ID or your passport. They need to know who you are, and everybody is allowed to go to that mountain, including Muslims, including resident and non-resident. If you're not Kenyan, you can always go there with your passport, and if you're Kenyan, you're supposed to go with a soft copy or a hard copy of your ID. If you forget that, make sure you have a soft copy, or you have somebody who can send you that, because that is very necessary once you go there. Another thing you need to carry then when you're going there, I'm going to do a full video of what you need to carry when you're going there, but the most necessary things are these that I'm saying. You need your money. There are rooms from 250 to 1,000. Again, I'm going to say that so many times because I have that question so many times, how much you're supposed to pay. And another thing, you don't have to book when you go there, you can just walk in. So I have had people asking me, where should I book? Do you have the numbers of that office or anything? So you don't have to book, you can just go in. I've never booked personally when I'm going there. The only thing that I do is I inquire whether it is full, or so that I can know what time to go. So I think you don't need to book when you're going there. After you have registered, they're going to give you a room number, bed, and even the bed that you're going to sleep on, they're going to guide you. If you're going for, especially the rooms that you're going to share 2 or 4 people, they're going to guide you, including the bed you're going to sleep on. And if you're going to a room that you're going to stay alone, you get a card to open the doors. They have the smart cards for opening the doors. The one for 4 people, they also have a card. The new building, you also have a card that you use to open your door, and it is going to be shared, and you leave it above the door. You don't go with it if you are sharing the room. But if you are alone, you have your card. I see them with that card. I have never gotten that room because I don't know whether I go late or what happened, or they are reserved for the bishops, because again, bishops and preachers go there too. But make sure nobody raise their hands on you unless you have gone there with your own bishop or your own reverend. Let nobody pray for you. That is one of the rules. You should not let anybody to pray for you. You have gone there because you know how to pray for yourself. Don't let anybody pray for you. That's why I actually tell people, avoid going there in groups, because somebody is going to show like they are hearing heaven more than you or anything of sort. Don't let anybody pray for you. If you go there, especially the people you don't know, the people you meet there, don't allow them to pray for you because there are bishops there. Another rule is that you can never share a room if you're different genders. Even if you're a wife and husband, you're married for 10 years, 50 years, you have your certificate, marriage certificate, you cannot share a room, different genders. You're going to go separate for women, separate for men. You can never share a room, even if you are who, you don't share a room with your partner. So after registration, you're going to be taken to your rooms. Like somebody is going to direct you to the rooms. Maybe if it is not your first time, you can just go there because already have the card. You have the receipt that is written, the amount of days you are going to be there, the room you have been given, the bed number. You don't have to go and change or look for which bed looks good for me. They are locate even the bed that you are going to use. In case there is any issue with the room or the bed, you can always go back and get a different one. So after that, you're going to settle in. If you go there early in the morning, you can go for the lunch hour service that is always happening at 1 p.m. and which is not very mandatory, but you can actually just go in and start engaging yourself in the whatever happens there, in the prayers and in the worship and everything. If you go there in the evening, you can go for tea. If you go there before 5 p.m., that is, you can go for your tea and you can go for the service and then come back and settle in or something of sort. So that is the first day. So what happens, obviously you're going to go there before midnight. Actually, the last hour you're supposed to get there is 10 p.m. And there are some things that are called, some sessions that are called watch hours. I think even if you have not been there, you know that there are some watch hours at night. The first watch hour is 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. That one always takes in even the service, the evening service. There's another watch hour from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. That one you can actually go there if it is your first time, and if you're not tired, you should go for that one. Then you go and sleep before you start getting used to the press. And then after that, you can go for midnight. There's that one that starts from 12 midnight to 3 a.m. and then there's 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. The 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. always connect with the morning devotion. So those are the watch hours. They are not mandatory, but it is always good to engage in one of them because you are there for prayers, not to sleep. Actually, you should be sleeping the minimum hours there, because you went there because you wanted somewhere you can pray. You have beds at home. Please, when you go there, please go and get into those watch hours, one of them. It's not a must to go for the whole 3 hours. Again, there's nobody who's going to follow up what you're doing, but you can always go and engage in those prayers, and they're going to be good. You pray alone. There's nobody who is guiding you. You just pray on your own because you went there for prayers. Okay, so that is the first day. That is up to the time you get into the room and up to the time you settle in. So the following day, we start with the morning prayers. I had mentioned a few seconds ago that there is a morning devotion that is mandatory. You're supposed to go for this. And even in the orientation, you're told that the morning service and the evening devotion, it is mandatory. But again, you're not followed up, whipped if you don't go. So it is always good to follow instructions, because the first rule is obedience. So you go there, you obey, you do what you're told to do. So the morning devotion, it starts from 5:30 to 7:30 a.m. And after 7:30, you're going to have your tea. There is tea that is given every morning and every evening after the morning devotion and after the evening devotion. That is another thing that should make you and want to go there for the morning devotion, because after that you're going to get your tea. It is not it is not forced, but it is mandatory. When you are being oriented, you are told it is mandatory. So it is always good to follow instructions. So this tea, there is very many types of tea, every type you can ever think of. There is chocolate, hot chocolate. There's chocolate with milk and that without. There is coffee. I have never seen coffee with milk, but there is coffee. There is sugar tea. There is sugarless. There is nairon, that one without majani chai. And there is also another type of tea that is, sugarless. Yeah, there's all those types of teas you can take. Yeah. So after that tea, you go for the mid-morning personal prayers. This is where you can go to the mountains. You can decide to pray in the mountains. You can decide to go back to sleep. If maybe you went to the morning watch hour, that is 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. and after 6 a.m. Devotion that ends at 7:30, you take your tea and you might decide to go back to the room and sleep maybe 1 or 2 hours, because by 10 you're supposed to leave the room so that it can be cleaned and prepared. Actually, if you are going home on that day, you need to leave the room by 10, because that is the time that they start cleaning. Okay, so if you're going to go back to sleep or to prepare yourself, maybe you just came in your night clothes, maybe not pajamas. You're not supposed to go to the prayer room with the pajamas, but unless you have covered yourself, you can decide to go back and clean yourself or clean up and freshen up. You need to get out of the room by 10 a.m. So these mid-morning prayers, they end at 12:30. That is where the lunch hour starts. It starts.
What are you saying? What are you saying? What is he saying?
That is when the lunch hour start at 12:30. So this lunch hour, there are no people who will come there and lead in worship. You watch it on the television. There's a very big screen in that chapel. It is very huge. I think it is one wall of your house. Yeah, so you can just go to the chapel, and this chapel is so beautiful. Oh my god, it's only that you're not supposed to record in the chapel. I would have given you a short clip. In my previous video I posted, it had a video I took there. It is not so clear because I'm not supposed to record there. Actually, I didn't know. I was so innocent when I recorded that clip. I didn't know that you're not supposed to record, and it's only that I couldn't delete it because I already posted. But please, if you go there, please don't record. Don't record in the prayer rooms, because it is not okay. Actually, it is not. I don't know how ignorant I was then, because I would have thought that I'm not supposed, but I didn't record anyone. I didn't record anyone's face because I know it is not right. So that chapel is so cute. So you just go in there for the lunch. You're going to see the service that is going on in the headquarters, the Nakuru Kingdom Seekers. That is what it is shown lunch hour, and you get to immerse yourself in the worship and in the prayers. After that, after the afternoon prayers, you go back to your personal prayers, meditation, quiet reflection of your life. You get to talk with your God. Let me tell you guys, if you're wondering whether you're going to survive there without food, the minute to step into that altar, I don't know where hunger goes. You don't even have the urge of food. Like, it is just like a literal heaven. I'm not going to say it is heaven because I don't want to be misquoted, but it is like you are literal heaven. You don't even feel hungry. Actually, when times comes for tea, sometimes you're not even feeling like you should take that tea. Like, personally, I don't love tea. I only take maybe coffee or drinking chocolate. I don't love tea. And when it comes to that time, sometimes I just skip. Again, when you're going there, you can carry your own you can carry your own what do we call it? Oh, You can carry your own drinking chocolate, your sugar, and your coffee. So you can make it when you're hungry, and you don't have to take it when you don't have to take the tea that they offer if you're not hungry or if you're not feeling the urge. But when you feel the urge, you have your own and you can actually mix and drink. But just know that the only things you're supposed to carry when you're going there, it is drinking chocolate, coffee, and sugar or honey. So, but you're not supposed to carry anything else. And if you don't want to carry them, it is not mandatory that you carry. There is a tax shop. I'm going to do a separate video about what you can get in the tax shop. There's a tax shop that they are going to sell all those beverages, and on top of it, they are going to sell even glucose for energy. There are people who don't want to take any beverages because the term maybe it is caffeine or something, but you can take your glucose and it is sold there for only 20 bob shillings. And the tax shop is actually open from morning up to I think 10 p.m. After the evening service, you're going to find it open. So after that, you can go to, after those afternoon prayers, you can go to the mountain. You can go everywhere in that place. You are not limited to anywhere you should go apart from maybe the bishop square or those things. But in the gardens, and those gardens are so beautiful. Let me tell you something. In that Heaven's Gate Prayer Mountain, there are all those flowers. Some you might even not think they exist. It is like Garden of Eden. I have never been there, but I feel like these are small Garden of Eden. There are all types of flowers. You guys, it is so beautiful. I don't know whether I'm going to find some videos about of the gardens and I can insert them here, because that place is so beautiful. There are all those flowers from the entrance to the domes, to the sleeping areas, to the chapels. Everywhere is covered with flowers. And another thing, you don't even get to see mud, even if it rains. There are couples all over. Like, you guys are going to find mud when you go out of that prayer mountain. When you go to the highway, when you are there, trust me, you're not going to see anywhere that is muddy unless it is the flower gardens maybe. So after that, 5:30 p.m. we assemble once again. You get your tea, you get into the hall, then you're going to be directed on how you're going to take tea. Actually, if it is high season or peak season, you're going to be directed from the oldest to those who have disabilities. Those are the people who are going to get the first priority to get their team, and those people with small kids and I think 9 years, because there are people who go there with their kids. If you don't have anybody to leave your kid with, you can actually go there with your kid. I've gotten that question so many times. So you can go there with your kid. And when you go there with your kid, you're going to be directed on how you're going to take tea. And I think they give you milk for the baby, because I see those women with their flask all through the day. So you get you get milk for your baby, I think, and Weetabix. I don't know, I've never gone there with a kid. I don't have a kid at this point. So, but you can go there with their kid. Then after the evening tea, you go back to the chapel now for the evening prayers, which are also mandatory. So at night, after that, you go now for the watch hours that I had talked about. So I told you I'm going to do a video about rooms, and if this video is going to be too long, I'm going to cut up to this point. So thank you for watching up to this point. But if I don't cut this part, just know there are different rooms. The one for one person, that one you don't share with anybody, it is 1,000. That one for two people is 700. The one this 700 or 500. I'm going to put the Kanini here or here, the castica of the rooms. There's a cubicle where you share four of you. That is it is 400 or 300. Yeah, there's something of sort. I'm going to put that poster here. I don't want to misread you. So then from there are these that you are going to pray for every day. On Monday it is different. Tuesday may be family, Wednesday may be business. You're going to be guided. But if you go there, obviously you have carried your own prayer items. You can pray at any point, but there are those prayer items that are going to guide you from the headquarters, and you're going to be told what you're supposed to pray for. So you can, if you don't want to stay there or you don't want to sleep there and maybe you live around Heaven's Gate, you can always go in with 50 bob per day. When you go there, you just pay 50 bob and then you go to the mountains. You don't get to get into the chapel or inside the compound. So if you can just come there, leave your bag there, please don't go with food because they're not going to let you to go to the mountains with the food. You pay 50 bob, and then in the evening you just go out. So, and then now this, after all this time you have stayed there, the day of departure, you need to leave the rooms by 10 a.m. so that they can prepare for the next person. They can replenish the bed sheets and everything. So after that, if you still want to go and continue with your spiritual absorption, you can actually leave your bag at the checkout. You go and check out, you leave your bag there, and then go to the mountains to pray. If you have been there, no, there's a difference between if you have been sleeping there, you can go to the chapels even after the checkout, but make sure you leave the mountain by 5 p.m. If you are coming every day, you can't access the chapels, but you can access the mountains for 50 bob only. So that is the difference between the two people, the one who have just checked out and the one who is coming for the first time or coming for daily basis. So you can leave your bags there, and then you go to the prayer mountains and leave by 5 p.m. Up to that point, I don't think there's anything that I've forgotten. I was so serious about this video. I've even written down some pointers because it's not the first time I'm doing this video. And last time I was struggling to remember some things, and I actually remembered some things at the end of the video or after finishing even to post. So I think the last thing that I was going to tell you about Heavensgate Prayer Mountain, there is a desk or a tent. It's not a tent, like a hut where you go and book your cars for going back home. There you can book, like if you're going tomorrow, you're going to book today, you're going to book the time you want to go out. There's prestige vehicles that come from Nakuru, and they get in there. I think these prestige have shares there because they come there and pick you and take you to Nairobi. So you book the day before, you book the seat you want to sit on. Maybe you have issues traveling with vehicle that is not where I rated, you would want to sit at the front, or you can book your seat, you can book the time you want to leave from 6 a.m. as early as there's even the people who leave at 5, yeah, if you're going far, so you can leave at 5. You can book anytime you want to go out. There's that desk you pay either before or after you have boarded. To make sure you safeguard your seat, you can actually pay before, because personally I love traveling. When I've stayed for some few days without eating, I would want to stay somewhere that is aerated well. So I usually book seat number 1 next to the driver so that I can have all the air when I'm traveling. There are people who don't like having the windows open, so they would want to sit at the back. So you can go there and book a day before. So, and then another thing I want to tell you, when I was doing this video, you can see there's change in the lighting and everything. I had a very hectic day doing this video. I started this video in the morning, and now it is actually 11 p.m. And I don't know why I had such a hectic day, but I think this video is going to help so many people, because anything that comes easy, it is not that good. Okay, that's what I'm trying to tell myself. You have seen so many places I've posted, and I thank you if you have gotten to this point. Please write on the comment section, Jesus is my personal savior, and I'm going to know that you have come up to this far, and I might actually send you something good. Yeah. Yeah, if you have come to this point, you are my favorite person, and I love you so much. If there's anyone who have just joined this premiere in the middle and you're at this point, you can still comment, and then after the video is done, you can still go and start from the beginning and see the whole video. You can also tell me the next video you want to see, whether it is about the talk shop, whether it is about the room, or I'm just going to put that in another one video, because I don't want to put so many videos and make you what so many things. So I think everything that I've said that I'm going to do in the next video, I'm going to do it in the next video. Everything else that I've mentioned and have not expounded, because I don't want to mislead you. That's what I was saying. If they send something that I might have forgotten, I'm going to do another video after trying to remember everything or checking out something. So thank you for watching this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. This one is going to make this video go to very many people. You have seen the other video. The best performing video in this channel is about Heaven's Gate Prayer Mountain. It is because so many people like and so many people comment. So make sure you comment, make sure you like, make sure you share this video with anybody who might want to go to Heaven's Gate. All I can tell you is that go there with an expectant heart and go with faith. Without faith, nothing is going to happen. And don't listen to the people who say that things are going to go wrong after going to that prayer mountain. It is all about what you believe. I know God is very faithful. You cannot go there to see God, leave everything else at home, leave even maybe your kids if you're married or you have kids, and then God gives you bad things. No, it doesn't happen. But always remember to pray against revenge spirit, because going to Heaven's Gate or going to any fasting is a battlefield with the evil one, and the devil is not happy when you fight him. So he's always trying to go and give you some negative feedbacks or negative things so that you can be discouraged to pray. So what I can tell you, even if things does not get better immediately after you leave that place, please continue praying, continue hoping, continue having faith, and God is going to finally give you what you are needing. Or there are some things I started praying very many years ago, and I'm just getting the answers or getting the feedbacks from God or getting the miracles or the blessings right now. So you need patience. Don't go there expecting that if you go and pray for these things, it's going to happen like pap. No, there are some things that might happen like that. But even if you go there, maybe you have decided to go there for 3 days or 10 days or 14 days, and then your answers come at the first or second day, because God is full of wonders and full of he can decide to surprise you with whatever you are praying. Even after praying for 2 days, please make sure you stay there until you are done with your prayers. Up to the seventh day or the 10th day, you can actually start Thanksgiving. And even if you go out of that place and you get your blessings, make sure to find some other time to go back for Thanksgiving. We don't always go to God when you're asking for things, but even when you're going to ask for Thanksgiving. So I won't talk much because this video is already too long by now, but I'm going to hope to see you in the next video, and I hope to see that you have subscribed. Road to 1000, make sure you get me there, and I'll be so grateful. So up to until next time, that is all we have time for today. So I'm going to tell you bye, good night, good morning, good afternoon, anytime you're going to see this video. I wish you the best as you wait for the next video. Bye bye.